Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is fight week and this is the official press conference for Tszyu v Inoue. I'm Ben Damon from Main Event Television. Great to be a part of proceedings here today. Really looking forward to these fights on Wednesday night. Of course, you can get out to Homebush at Qudos Bank Arena. There's still some tickets that are left. They're available via Ticketek, so get there if you can because they're expecting over 10,000 people at this event. And as you can see here today, we've got about 10,000 fighters on what is a stacked undercard. 8 fights in total. You can see it all from 6 p.m. on Fox Sports, then over at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time on Main Event pay-per-view, and it's going to be an outstanding night of boxing with a stacked undercard and of course this main event which means so much in the careers of both Tim Tszyu and Takeshi Inoue. We'll be talking to those fighters as well as a number of the fighters on the undercard here today at the official press conference. I want to make mention as well of the fact that there is a double header coming up in Newcastle on the 9th and 10th of December via No Limit, and single tickets are going on sale today for the second of those dates, December 10, the Paul Gallen v Josh Aloye fight. So get those tickets as well. But right now we are worried about Wednesday night, Tszyu v Inoue, and I'm joined by the promoter George Rose. George, everyone's here. It's got a big fight feel to it, doesn't it?
It has. It's got a great feel. There's been a fantastic build-up, and I think the support that we've had here in Sydney in particular, the ticket sales are fantastic. I'm excited to get out here to Qudos Bank Arena because we've got a great venue, we've got a stacked undercard, and I'm expecting massive fireworks come Wednesday night.
And you're expecting a big crowd as well. Are we going to get over that 10,000 mark?
Yeah, very exciting. As I said, first time at Qudos, we were hoping to get a great show. The fact that we're going to have over 10,000 people out there, the buzz in the room is going to be fantastic, and it'll come through the screens too at home. So it's going to create that big fight feel. All of these guys are ready to put on a show, and we're going to see Tim Tszyu back in action here in Sydney again. We'll
talk about the main event in just a moment, but we've got a stack of the undercard fighters here. What are you most excited about before we get to that main event?
Look, I can't name one fight that I'm most excited about. Every one of these guys sitting here at the press conference, they're all here to steal the show. And that's what I absolutely love. All of these guys have shown in the past that they put on great performances. And they don't want to just turn up and participate. They want to turn up, they want to get the win, and they want to put on a great show. I think there's some fantastic matchups that we've got, and some super exciting prospects that we've got as well to put on a fantastic show.
It's a big risk for Tim Tszyu this fight, and a big risk for you guys at No Limit as well. Do you have some butterflies at this stage, a couple of days out when you've taken a gamble like this?
Look, you can call it a gamble. I think when you're talking about Tim Tszyu, I don't think anything's a gamble. I'm always confident that he's going to get a win. He always delivers, and no matter the standard of the opponent, he always brings a new performance every time. He always surprises us. And I think for anybody who's been here for the journey of Tim Tszyu from a prospect to Australia's best boxer at the moment, you know, we've watched the evolution of him as a fighter, and we can follow that journey all the way through to a world championship, and that's what we've got planned, and that's what he's got his sights set on. But the first fight here is Takeshi Inoue, who is a fantastic boxer, and it's going to be a very difficult fight. But you know, like I said, Tim Tszyu always surprises us with his performances. He always brings a new little arsenal every time he fights, I think.
Have you been impressed by the confidence that Takeshi Inoue has shown?
Look, I am very impressed, but if I looked like that, I'd be very confident as well. I think he's turned up ready to fight. He's world ranked for a reason. He's the best fighter in Japan for a reason, and you know, he's got every right to be confident. But we'll find out on Wednesday night where that all lands.
Anything to add, George, before we move on to these undercard fighters? I know we'll be directing people to Ticketek or to mainevent.com.au.
Definitely. Don't miss out on this one. It's going to be massive. Like I said, the buzz in the room is going to be fantastic, but also watching live at home, best seats in the house as well. So don't miss out on that.
Okay, we'll move on to this undercard, and as I mentioned, proceedings do start at 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time on Fox Sports before we move to pay-per-view on Main Event at 7 p.m. One of the fighters on the early part of proceedings is a heavyweight boxer down the front here. His name is Jackson Murray. He's 1-0 as a professional. Jackson, it was quick smart last time we saw you in the ring on a No Limit promotion in the first round. What should we expect from you against Shant Necessian tomorrow on Wednesday night?
The same thing. I've been training hard, and yeah, you get paid the same whether you do the full 4 rounds or 10 seconds, so I'll be doing it as early as I can.
Exciting to be a part of the heavyweight division in Australia at the moment too, Jackson. I'm sure you've got some big plans. Any names on the horizon for you, perhaps for a fight next year?
In terms of next year, look, that's all for my manager to sort out. But yeah, 100%. Like any big names, I'm keen for. You know, I got this fight coming up. I'm backing up again on the double header in Newcastle 3 weeks later, and then yeah, we'll go from there and see whatever.
What are people going to see if they tune in for your fight, Jackson Murray, on Wednesday night?
KOs.
Very good. That is Jackson Murray, the heavyweight. You'll see him in action in bout B, so the second bout on the Fox Sports portion of proceedings. The third bout features this man, Benjamin Hussein, who's over to his right. Ben, welcome. This will be your 5th professional fight. You must be excited to be on a big show like this.
Yeah, definitely. Very excited. This is the biggest one I've been on, so yeah, I'm ready to let some hands go, for sure.
Most people will have seen a couple of fights back. Your fight against Ben Marnie, where you suffered that broken jaw and just gutsed it out very, very impressively. What's the journey been like for you recovering and getting going again since then?
It was a little bit hard, the recovery, you know, just like staying in bed, resting up. But when I got the surgery done, I asked the surgeon would I be back. She said, yeah, you should be right. And I knew I was going to be back. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
And what do you know about your opponent, Darwin Segurit?
I know he's tough. I know he's got a little bit of pop. He's a short, thick fella. So, I don't know a crazy amount, but yeah, nah. That's it.
What do you expect to happen in this fight, Ben?
I think I'll come out smart at first and then push for the stoppage late. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Ben. I will just ask you as well, actually, you've been sparring a lot with Tim Tszyu. How have those rounds been for you, and how's he travelling?
Yeah, no, those rounds have been phenomenal, world class. He's really fit, you know, and I'd say, yeah, that's how he's travelling. He's fit as, ready for war.
Thank you very much. That is Benjamin Hussein. You'll see him in the third bout of proceedings just before 7 p.m. And then we go to the main event portion of proceedings. And first up there will be Trent Girdham against Alex Lual. Then we move to this fight between Koen Mizutia and Joel Camalieri. Both of those fighters have joined us here today. And I'll start with Koen Mizutia, who is just down the front here, over to my left. Koen, welcome. We saw you yesterday go through your paces in that open training session. There's a new energy to you. Where has that come from?
Yeah, man, I learned a lot from that last fight with Wade, and as much as anything, I've just settled into it, I think. I know the ability I've got and the skill I've got and the experience I've had in the sport, and it's just about putting it on the night. So that's probably where it's coming from at the moment. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to the fight night to have a good punch on and have fun in front of the crowd.
Did the occasion get to you a little bit in that fight with Wade Ryan? Obviously, he's a formidable opponent, but do you think maybe being on a big show like that for the first time was a bit daunting?
Yeah, it wasn't as much daunting as just the fact that I was distracted. My focus was waning a little, and I thought, I'm here, I've made it, I'm at the show, you know, and my focus from the fight itself waned. And I think I had a little bit of, I was silly enough to be overconfident and doubt Wade's abilities. He taught me a lot that night, as much as the event itself did, and I won't make that mistake again. So, yeah.
Everyone in Australian boxing knows a lot about Joel Camalieri. He's been around for a long time. How do you prepare for a fighter like Joel?
Technically and tactically, you know, we haven't changed a lot. We know that Joel's going to swing his head around and try to run around and whatnot. So they're the little adjustments we've made. But as I said, for me, it's just staying on my game, controlling the pace, controlling the dance, bringing him into my game. And I feel like he's underestimating me too. I feel like he's. I think everyone that's seen this matchup is probably underestimating me. And I'm going to come out on top. I've got no doubt about that.
Coming off a loss, you could have been excused for an easier opponent than this. Why do you go into a fight with Joel?
I'm not scared of no one. Like when I saw the card lined up, all super welterweight fights, Joel was originally fighting whoever was fighting, Wes Kappa. Wade was originally fighting Ben Marnie, and I put my name in the hat and said, if any of these fights pull out, I'll fight anyone on this card. So this was the first one that came up. I got 5 weeks notice, and you know I was preparing the whole way through the lockdowns, making sure I was fit, making sure I was ready, and improving on my game. I've sharpened my tools. You know, the blade's ready, my mind's ready, and you're going to see a different Koen Mizutia this time around.
What's your prediction, Koen?
Win no matter what. Joel's saying yesterday he's going to stop me. Mate, try your best. I'd love to see you try. It's not going to happen, I'm telling you now. You don't want to walk onto one of my big left hooks or right hands. We'll see it might go the other way.
Thank you very much, Koen Mizutia. Joel, response?
He's got to land a shot first, you know what I mean? Everyone always says it. Everyone says he's going to knock me out. I haven't been dropped, I haven't been stopped. And I don't know if you watched his own last fight, but he got stopped his last fight. And he looked like he quit straight away as well in his eyes, you know. I judge someone by their eyes, and when he got hit by that shot, even when he got stopped, he looked around like he didn't know where he was.
You want to respond to that, Carl?
Mate, I had a staph infection going in that fight. I couldn't keep weight on. I fought someone with 30+ fights. I didn't know there was a press conference. Didn't know I was co-main event. I had nothing going into that fight. No excuses. Wade was a better man on the night. But yeah, 100%. My mind wasn't there on that night. So, you know.
You're doing meditation now, so you're right. You'll be sweet.
Exactly right.
Yoga, meditation, you'll be right, bro. It's all good.
At least I spend my time doing things for myself, not fucking on social media, showing everyone my weight, dancing around, being a clown. So, you know,
How you going, guys? Joel Camalieri here. How you doing?
Joel Camalieri.
Joel, are you underestimating your opponent?
No, I don't underestimate nobody, to be honest. I respect every single fight, I guess, in the ring. You know, everyone talks up Cohen. He's amateur, you know, background, everything else he's done. But I just believe that me, at my best, I just beat anyone that's in front of me. So I'm not underestimating him, but I'm confident I'll win the fight.
We saw him moving around yesterday. He did look like a different fighter, don't you think, Joel?
I know he looks good, man. He's tall, he's ripped, he's looking fit. I love that, man. Like, to me, I'd rather the best of him come. So after the fight, when I win, everyone says, Joel's actually a real good fighter.
And what does a win mean for you in a fight like this? Where does it take you?
Takes me on to bigger fights, you know, defend my title, my WBC Australasia title, onto bigger fights, more rankings, and, you know, 28 fights later after this fight, I expect to have to get to the world stage and start getting the big fights that I deserve.
And Joel, just a word on the main event as well. You've been sparring with Tim. You previously fought him at this venue. What do you think happens in our main event?
I think it's a much closer fight than people think. No, not closer, but like people are saying Tim's going to stop him early. I believe Tim's a better boxer. I believe Tim's going to, you know, work his magic, break the body, and I do predict that maybe a late stoppage, but it wouldn't surprise me if it goes the distance and Tim wins by unanimous decision. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. That is Joel Camalieri. He'll fight against Koen Mizutia. Looking forward to that bout. It is bout number 2 on the pay-per-view section of the broadcast. Bout 3 is Dennis Hogan against Tommy Brown. So 2 of the more experienced boxers in Australian boxing who've fought right around the world and been in some massive fights. We'll start with Tommy Brown. If you want to grab a microphone, please, Tommy, who's down at the front here, second from the end. Tommy, this is your 52nd professional fight. You've been around and done this so many times. How do you prepare for a fight with Dennis Hogan?
Yeah, look, I've had a really good training camp with Tommy McKerry. The lockdowns gave me a bit of time to reflect on myself and what I wanted in my boxing career, and I had a chat to Tommy and we spoke about this fight, having one more fight, and yeah, I've just been training now for about 4 months, pretty solid, and I'm prepared for whatever Dennis brings on the night, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Win, lose or draw, are you thinking like this is probably your last professional fight?
Look, I believe that it's going to go my way. So if it does, there's another one in the making. So look, I've trained really hard, and look, I'm going in there to win.
Big show. Must be great to be a part of these huge occasions yet again, as you have been so many times during your career.
Yes, No Limits. They've put on some great fight nights, and for it to be in Sydney in front of my people, look, I'm stoked to be able to be a part of it.
There'll be a big section of the crowd there just for you, I would imagine. You always bring plenty of people to the fights. It must be great to have that local support.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a good following, and they've supported me throughout my boxing career, and I'm sure there's going to be a big turnout on Wednesday night, and yeah, I'm just really excited about this tonight.
And how do you beat Dennis Hogan?
Just be better every way. You know, he's a very classy fighter. He's been in there with, you know, the best in our division, and I'm expecting a really good, exciting fight. You know, I just got to be better in every way I possibly can.
Thank you very much, Tommy Brown. His opponent is Dennis Hogan, former world title challenger, who joins us down the front. Welcome, Dennis. Great to have you with us, as always. This is a big fight for you that you really do need to win at this stage of your career. How's your preparation been for it?
Preparation has been very well. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone, No Limit, Tommy as well, and the team for making this fight. This fight is a great fight in terms of 2 guys about to have another title run again. putting it all on the line where we are in our career. I just think there's no better fight. So thank you to everyone for it, and I really look forward to putting on a great show.
You must know a lot about Tommy Brown. He's been around for so long and had so many fights. What have you made of what he's done in his career so far?
He's had an unbelievable career, and so a lot of people would aspire to have a career like that, and also with myself too. So I think it's very evenly matched in that regard. Yeah, and again, like I said, I'm just very, very happy that this fight got made. If I was given a wish list, back about a year ago, I was talking about what fight would really make sense for me to kind of launch an assault back in a world title fight again, and I thought this fight would be brilliant, and it didn't look like it was going to happen, and then No Limit brought it to us, which I just thought was phenomenal. So this is great for boxing, and I really want everyone to enjoy this fight.
Dennis, you should be a former world champion after being robbed in Mexico. Do you see this as a springboard back towards those world title shots?
Well, that's exactly what this is, yeah, for me. And, if I'm past my best, I'm ready to accept that. But I wasn't thinking that in this camp. I was really putting in, and, for me, this is all or nothing. This is either, well, if it didn't go my way, I'd have to look at that and make a genuine decision for me and my family. But with a good win here, that propels me right back to where I know I should be. So all going well, that'll be it.
How do you win the fight, Dennis?
Mate, just do what I do well. I think, if anyone here is a big boxing fan, they'll know what I do well. And it's really just about doing that. I think applying adamant pressure and keeping that going. So, we certainly have the platform to do that for my camp, and I look forward to executing.
Thank you very much. That is Dennis Hogan. He fights Tommy Brown. You'll see that on main event pay-per-view. And now we move to the co-main event of the evening. It's an outstanding fight for the IBO International Super Welterweight title. And it is between Wade Ryan and Nath from Japan, who joins us down the front. He'll be joined by his translator, Lauren Goodman, who's going to help us out with the translations for Nath, as well as Takeshi Inoue shortly. Lauren, welcome to Nath. Great to have him here. How did he enjoy the experience yesterday at Bondi Beach?
昨日の公開練習はどうでしたか？
綺麗な海で楽しかったです。
It was just awesome to be able to practice like that at such a beautiful beach. Thank you so much for having me.
He recently fought Takeshi Inoue, went the distance. What are his memories of that fight?
井上武史とやった試合の思い出はどうですか？
すごい強くてタフな選手で、自分的にもすごいいい経験になって自分の力に変わったと思ってます。
He's a really tough, accomplished opponent, and I really learned a lot from that fight. It was a great experience for developing my own abilities.
Before we talk about Nath's fight with Wade Ryan, can I get his prediction for the main event between Tim Tszyu and Takeshi Inoue?
ナースのメインイベントの様子を聞きたいですね。Tim Tszyuと井上の試合。
どっちもタフな選手だと思うんですけど、自分的には井上選手に勝ってもらって自分がまたリベンジしたいんで、ここは絶対井上選手が勝ってほしいです。
I know that Tim is an excellent boxer. He's very tough. We know what he brings to the table. But I also, having fought him myself, I know a lot about Inoue, and I'm hoping that Inoue wins so that I can get my revenge on him.
Outstanding. That's a great answer. Thank you, Nath. Now to his fight, a huge fight against Wade Ryan. What does he know about his opponent?
相手、ウェイド・ライアン選手、何かご存知ですか？どんな印象ですか？
タフな選手という印象です。
He's very tough, durable.
What is Nath's prediction for this fight?
予想は、試合の予想はどうですか？
俺か。
はい。
自分が KO で勝つと思います。
I believe that I will win by knockout.
Thank you very much to Nath. And now we go to his opponent, Wade Ryan, who's down the ends of the front table. Wade, you're becoming a regular fixture on these No Limit shows. Exciting to be back a part of it.
Yeah, mate, it's another cracker show. I'd like to thank Matty, George, Trent, the boys at No Limit for putting me on again and fighting on a massive card. Look at the undercard, look at the main event. It's a massive international show. Yeah.
How's Gunnedah going to enjoy Wednesday night? I'm sure the pubs will be packed and everyone will book the pay-per-view. What's it like being the king of Gunnedah at the moment?
Yeah, mate, they're getting right behind me, and right behind the whole experience, and they're enjoying it. The pubs will be packed, and they'll be cheering us on come Wednesday night.
Tough fight. We just heard from Nath. His prediction is that he'll be stopping you in this fight. What have you made of what you've seen of him?
Yeah, mate, when Ben Mahoney pulled out, we were talking to Matty and Spike, my trainer, and that, and they mentioned a few opponents, and then they mentioned Nath, and we thought about it, and it's a huge fight, like it's an exciting fight. Two international fights, as in Tim's and Inoue's, and then mine and Nath's, and we jumped at it, you know what I mean? It's going to be a tough fight, but it's a good fight.
How do you beat him?
Being smart, being sharp, and it'll be a good fight.
Thank you very much, Wade Ryan. So that is an outstanding co-main event. We really look forward to that. So 2 Australia v Japan fights as the co-main and the main event, and that's where we head now. Our main event between Tim Tszyu and Takeshi Inoue. So up here on the top table, we'll just start with Takeshi's trainer Tatsuya, and again Lauren will translate if that is okay. I just wanted to get some thoughts on where Takeshi is at the moment. We've seen him turn up looking so good. How has his preparation been, and where is he at in his boxing at the moment?
会長は今までの準備とコンディションはどうですか？
世界戦ヒューストンでやった世界戦の時より全然その時よりも非常に調子がいいです。
His condition right now is even much better than it was in Houston when we challenged for the world title.
Why does he believe that Takeshi wins this fight against Tim Tszyu? What's he seen in Tszyu that makes him vulnerable?
何かティム・ツー選手の弱点とか見たり、それとなんで自信そんなに勝つ自信持ってますか？
いやチム・チュー選手はズー選手は非常に素晴らしい選手で、すごい紳士的な男だっていうのをテレビの画面からもすごい感じてましたと、日本から感じてた。ただ、それ以上にたけしは、体のパワースピード、全てにおいて今のたけしは申し訳ないけどズより上を行ってると。それで勝つ気しかしない。
Since we've been watching and studying him in Japan before we've come over here, we have seen that Tim Tszyu is an incredible boxer, and we respect him very much. He's also a real gentleman, and we appreciate that. But I'm sorry to say that having gone through these preparations extensively, I do believe that Takeshi surpasses him, is superior to him in both power and speed.
Fantastic, great answer. Thank you to Tatsuya. Thanks again to Lauren. Now we'll head to the other end of the table, and the manager of Tim Tszyu is Glenn Jennings. Glenn, what a ride. This is the 20th professional fight for Tim Tszyu. It's been quite a journey to get here.
Oh, it has been. 4 years, very busy for Tim. He's one of those fighters that won't sit and wait for anybody. And here we go, 20th time. And this is the 20th time we've been up here, and the 20th time we've heard that our opponent is going to be better than Tim. And to date, that hasn't come to fruition. So it's exciting. We're privileged to be here. We've had a great run in, and I always like to take the opportunity to thank No Limits, George and Matt and Trent and the boys for giving us these opportunities on this wonderful stage, and looking at these guys down in front. This card is as good a card as you'll see anywhere in the world, and so everybody should take advantage. But from our side, Tim's ready. He's always ready. We never have any lack of confidence that he's going to take care of business, and he'll do so again on Wednesday.
Tim obviously has to focus on Wednesday night, but you and I and No Limit can look ahead to what is next. Is it your understanding that there's a world title shot in the offing the very next fight if Tim Tszyu wins?
It's a very exciting time right now for Tim Tszyu too, and No Limits, and the Australian boxing fans, that it's a very real opportunity and a very real chance that our next outing will be against Brian Castano for that world title. It's just a matter of timing now to see whether or not the mandate gets enforced, and we'll roll on with that. But it's not something we discuss as a team. We are very, very fixed and focused on Takeshi for Wednesday night. We don't ever go too far forward. It's all about what happens on Wednesday. So another victory, Tim's hand raised again, and then we'll huddle on Wednesday night afterwards immediately to move on to the next stage. And for everybody involved, we would love to be able to announce soon that it will be for that world title.
Okay, thank you very much, Glenn, and good luck to you and the team on Wednesday night. Now we do move to the fighters in the main events of the evening, and with a record of 17-1-1, here is the WBO's number 6 super welterweight in the world. Welcome again to Takeshi Inoue, and Lauren will do the translations for us once again. Takeshi, welcome again to you. How have you enjoyed your experience here in Australia so far?
オーストラリアにようこそオーストラリアに入って聞いてどうですか楽しんでますか、
はいそのオーストラリアの雰囲気も素晴らしいですし人の温かさもすごい感じていいコンディションが作れてます。
I've had a wonderful time. I want to thank everyone from No Limit, the Rose Brothers for giving me this fantastic opportunity. The people here have been so warm and welcoming to me. It's really helped me in my preparation.
Takeshi turned up looking fantastic, but he's obviously going to have to drop some more weight. Can we ask what he is weighing right as we speak?
見たらすごく体が締まってるんですけど、多分もう少し減量しなければならないので、どれぐらいまで順調にいってますか？
はい、あとはいつも通りなんですけど、あと数キロ水分カットをするだけになってるんで、順調ですね。
Everything's going right on target. Just have a little bit more to lose, and no problems, no issues.
I just wanted to ask, with regards to his confidence that he wins this fight, what gives him that confidence? What has he seen in terms of a weakness in Tszyu?
なぜこんなに自信を持ってますか？もしかしたら相手に弱点とか見えてますか？
そうですね、弱点というよりはやっぱり信頼している斉田会長、斉田トレーナーが勝てると言ってくださってるということもあったりとか、あとは1年ほど前からティムズ選手の動画とかは拝見してるんで、それで自分と噛み合う、勝てるんじゃないかなとずっと思ってきたんで、はい、自分を信じて戦うだけです。
It's not at all that I'm really seeing any weaknesses, to be honest. But I do believe it's more has to do with what my trainer has been, how he's been working with me, and how he is very confident. And then also when I have watched Tim Tszyu, his fights, I can see very clearly that in many ways I think he's made to order for me.
He's already fought for one world title and went the distance very impressively with Jaime Munguia. What does a victory here mean? Does he expect that it'll be a world title shot next if he beats Tim Tszyu?
井上選手はもう世界戦経験ありますけど、今回勝つとまた世界行きますか？どういう予想してますか？
そうですね、この試合に勝つということは本当に世界タイトルマッチにつながる、もしくはその後世界戦ということもあると思うので、もちろんそのためにボクシングを始めたので、世界チャンピオンになれるようにこの試合は絶対勝ちたいと思います。
Yes, exactly. This is my chance to get back to the world title. It's what I've been working towards from the beginning of my career to realize my dream as a world champion.
Can we ask for Takeshi's prediction for the fight and how it happens?
試合の様子を教えてください。
はい、ティム選手は本当に素晴らしい選手なので、そうそう簡単に勝てるとは思っていません。ですが私が中盤から終盤にかけてKO で勝つということはということというように予想してます。はい。
I realize that Tim is an extraordinary opponent, so I don't I'm not planning. I don't expect it to be an easy fight. I'm just going to apply myself, give it 100%, and I will be going for the knockout.
Does he expect that he'll knock Tim Tszyu out?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much to Takeshi Inoue and to Lauren for his translations today.
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
Thank you.
And that takes us to the final fighter up here to speak to. He's the mandatory world title challenger, a record of 19-0 with 15 stoppage victories. He is the soul taker, Tim Tszyu. Tim, a very confident opponent. Is it any different to what you've seen in previous opponents, what Takeshi is saying?
Look, if you're not confident, then what's the point of fighting? I think no one's going to come into a fight knowing that they're going to lose. Each and every one of these fighters here on the stand thinks they're going to win, and that's what makes boxing so interesting, is that when you've got two fighters thinking they're both going to win, it's always going to be a good fight.
What do you think it is that these fighters see in you as a weakness? What do they think they can exploit and it turns out the other way?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I might look a bit weird in there inside, but once we get in the ring, I guess it all changes. It's good seeing all the boys here, actually. Each and every one of them I've shared the ring with, and it's great to see and have them all on this big platform together. But yeah, the question, I don't know. I guess let him find out.
And what do you see in terms of a weakness in Takeshi Inoue from watching his fights?
Well, his manager said before, speed and power. But I've been taught differently. In boxing, speed and power is not the main thing. It's what's inside your brain and your IQ, being 10 steps ahead of your opponent. You can be the quickest puncher, you can be the hardest puncher, you can do everything perfect, but if you aren't able to have the IQ and know what you're doing, it's not going to get you anywhere.
Why are you having this fight, Tim? You could wait, potentially have a world title fight early next year instead, but you are risking everything against Takeshi Inoue. Why?
Look, I'm a born fighter and I'm here to fight 3-4 times a year, so that's what I do, What am I going to sit on the sideline and sit at home, wake up at 11 a.m? I got things to do, things to achieve. I got bodies to punch and faces to hurt, and that's what I like to do.
He says that he's going to break your spirit in this fight. How do you respond to that?
He was joking. He was joking. He's not going to try to do that. Well, he might try, but he's not going to do that. And we all know that he's not going to do that. And we all know, as you said before, the soul taker, and that's what I like to do, is take the soul.
Is this a fight where you try and send a message to the likes of Brian Castano about how good you are and what's coming?
You know what? It's a similar type of style to Brian Castano, that walk forward, small little boy, big muscly, swinging type style. So it's going to be a good test to that world stage, of course, and it is a world caliber opponent. I do respect everything that he's done, but man, I've come into this sport to achieve not just world title, but world titles in multiple divisions. So I'm here for the long run. I'm 27 years old. I've been in front of the cameras now for 6-7 fights. Each fight feels like a world title, and the caliber and the atmosphere feels like a world title. He's fought in one world title, which was massive, but at the end of the day, I fought on bigger stages, and it could be for a belt, it could not be for a belt. Matter of fact, all of that stuff doesn't matter. It's just the fight that counts.
Did you just call him a little boy?
Not a little boy. He's just a shorter boy. I didn't mean it in that way, but just a shorter boy, muscly boy, bodybuilder type style with a swinging punch. You know what I mean?
Prediction, Tim. How does it end?
Look, in all honesty, I'm in that mode now, in that zone that I just want to hurt people, and I said it before, under 6 rounds, but we'll see. If I want to hurt him for a bit longer, I'll decide. We'll see on the night.
Thank you very much, Tim Tszyu. So that is our main event. It is Tim Tszyu and Takeshi Inoue to repeat. Tickets still available for Qudos Bank Arena via Ticketek. Otherwise, you can watch it on Main Event, order via mainevent.com.au. You can watch that on KO or via Foxtel. A huge night at the fights this Wednesday night. We'll see you, of course, at the weigh-in at midday here tomorrow. But we very much look forward to this fight. Tszyu v Inoue. It's on Main Event on Wednesday night. I'm Ben Damon. I'll see you at the fights.